So Team Aster, I think they have to crush the lanes then in order to not let the lack of utility be an issue in the mid game.
I guess so. Yeah, crushing the lanes usually helps. Maybe play around the Brewmaster's ulti somehow, force him to use it a couple of times and then dodge it. Because I don't see it being that easy. However, it is Team Aster. Maybe some magic will happen here. They are the team that plays, in my opinion, still the fastest Dota in Chinese division.
Yeah. They've picked up the pace, certainly, over the course of this year. Good to see that even players that are capable of getting themselves into super high placement positions at TI always have something to learn, an additional dimension to their game that they can improve upon. You know, it's kind of wild to think about. Like, Ori just left the team, obviously, very recently, but dude, this is 4 out of 5 people that came 4th at TI. That's nuts, honestly.
4th? Not too bad, right?
Yeah, just $1 million. It's nice.
Just $1 million. What the world we live in. All disconnected from IG. They heard you. They're like, oh, God, man, these guys, strong.
I don't want to play against them. Top 4 at TI, oh no, it's too strong.
How many blood grenades are in this game? Snare, tell me. We've got 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's less than normal. I was going to guess 4, because that's normally the amount these days. Oh, just 3? Okay. So I guess Piggy not going to be concerned with some blood grenade usages just yet. Although he does have it queued up, so it's going to come a little bit later.
Yeah, I remember when it just got added, I would see heroes just going down the lane, 3 blood grenades already maxed out by all of them.
Blood grenade. What a great item. What's your been outside of blood grenade? Because I know you love that item. What's been your favorite change made to Dota so far?
Hard to decide, really. I love it all. I just love that they've changed the map so much that I love all of these changes. Even with the broken heroes, I'm fine with that. I'm down to see some broken ass heroes in the game once again. You know, something that cannot be even answered properly. You have to ban it out. And then you see teams kind of struggling to find different ways of dealing with it, like a Medusa, right? It's like stupid broken hero.
Yeah.
And then you find ways, the whole meta revolves around her. I love the Twin Gates. I would say kind of makes support's life much, much easier and more unpredictable.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's interesting that you mentioned the whole thing about these broken heroes. Because I think Dota is always in a better place where there's a lot of broken heroes, not just a few of them. Last patch, like the one that we played at Lima, that sucked because we're only like, 3 broken heroes? Brood, NP, Lina. You have to ban them every single game. It's not actually that interesting because then the entire meta revolves around, have we banned them or not?
But
if there's 10 broken heroes, we get something, no matter what.
Yeah, but if there's 3 broken heroes and you ban them out, then everyone else is kind of on the same spot, right? So
no, but what I mean is that, like, let's say you have some random draft where by some miracle you let one of them through and the other 2 are banned out. Then it's just like, now what? The counterplay options aren't as available. But if there's 10 of them and you ban 4 in the first phase, 1 gets through, it's still chilled. We still have a pick of the litter of the other 5, so we're cool.
Yeah, there was a ton of teams trying to counter the Lina, found different strategies like Spectres, DKs, Nature's Prophets. I remember the time. Of course, I remember it was like a 2-year patch. 2-year-old patch. It was very damn long. Like, I hope this patch gets changed more often, you know. Ice Frog, I heard you're back. Don't go away again, Daddy. We need patches.
We need you to stick around, fam. I think for me, my favorite new change to this particular patch is, and I think it's always a good idea, to add expansion items. So can upgrade Echo Saber, can upgrade Diffusal, just small things like this, that you don't feel like if the game goes ultra late, you're wasting item slots. There's always some progression available.
I think that's a big deal as well. And the disassembling of all these items too. I feel that's a fun thing. I think it might be a little bit too broken at the moment, but
Yeah.
it's still a lot of fun to be able to just combine and concoct plans on what to build and disassemble and build into something else.
The way that particular mechanic is working right now, honestly, we're playing disassembly of the agents, not defense of them. And now game one, finally underway. We had a fairly extended pause. Had some issues, but they've been resolved. As we now get into it, mid lane, Sumail versus Emo. What a treat it's going to be to watch this particular matchup. Emo already forced into a position where he has to eat some tangos. Game is hard. It's a rough lane early on against Sumail.
Yep. Versus Wind Ranger. She just keeps on hitting you. You can't really trade that easily once Windrun is up. It all comes down to really the equilibrium of the lane as well. As you can't trade those, you can't trade the creep hits as well. Not too tanky.
So Team Aster, of course, in the bottom lane, they have Slog, Disruptor. Not expecting them to get too many kills, so they're gonna try and make action happen a lot in the top lane, it feels like. XXX and Baboka almost went onto QIQX, but Boundless Strike from Dust saves them. And bottom, we see that Ghost is the one. Oh, not Ghost, what am I talking about? Why am I brain in the previous game? Monet is out here eating her ass, not enjoying his life all that much versus PY-Dub and Shanya.
Yeah, the glimpse back on the Brewmaster. Won't really do a lot. Monet on 50% HP. Truly doesn't want to go on Panda or the techies. So far, what do you think? Where is the first blood coming from? Bottom lane, most likely, right? Top lane is kind of also volatile, but...
I think it depends who's out of position, because QIQX can die top, bottom, Shanya,
Nah, don't give me
and
this.
PY-Dub.
Don't give me this.
Okay, fine,
Depends on
top.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Just because we're looking at top right now, right?
Nah, I'm committed. I think it's the top lane. I think
Alright.
QIQX is going to be the first person to die in this game.
And you're wrong. For now, at least. But nice attempt. I like the spirit. I'm gonna say
Right now,
mid.
though, it feels like it's going to be...
It's
you
gonna-
think mid?
Mid.
Is it 1v1 mid, or is a support going to rotate in?
1v1.
Okay.
I'm really going all out here.
You really are, man.
High risk,
Speak-
no reward.
Speaking of going all out, dude, look middle. Sumail is bodying Emo. It's more than doubling him up in the CS department right now.
Yeah, we don't need no kill on mid lane. I feel like this is more than a kill, the way this lane is going. And keep in mind that they last picked this puck, so they knew what they were playing into.
Prepared for the matchup, but Sumail demonstrating how good he can be on this hero. In the top lane, we do see Bloodseeker falling lower and lower. Dust didn't have access to the range and the distance because Baboka there with the Flame Break bounced them away from the Bloodseeker, keeping XXX alive for now.
Alive and ticking, moving around fast, but he can't really do anything with the amount of HP that he's got. Heals up. Also very interesting, like QIQX actually went for Fate's Edict level 2. I guess this is one of the ways to mitigate the amount of damage that Bat is bringing. It's just way too much magic damage from him. Actually, he went sticky napalm, Baboka.
You don't see that all the time nowadays, very rare. Baboka getting ran down by Dust. They have Boundless Strike. One more right click should get the kill. And I told you, Lizard, first blood in the top lane.
Wait. You said QIQX is gonna die.
Now, I was going to say that, but then you interrupted me. You stopped my explanation. And you said I must just choose a lane. Yeah.
Okay. So it was me, I saved you. That's in any case, yeah, like very interesting that they went for sticky napalm. Like, not only is there a wand on Dust, which helps him, but also there's a Purge, Fortune's End, right?
It's very atypical that you go for the sticky napalm, especially under these conditions. While that's happening though, down bottom, Shang Yu and PY Dub did get a kill onto the Disruptor, and Monet is in some danger actually. He's dead too. Shang Yu with the Brewmaster getting a big kill bottom onto Monet. Has a ring of health as well, so even though Shang Yu got Glimpse back, okay, that's gonna kill him though. That's, whew. Dude, like, I will never get used to how much damage Glimpse does, honestly.
Yeah, it felt surreal there. In some old patch, he definitely survives that. But yeah, Disruptor, he needed to get something out of it, and I feel like it's a big win for him because he got so much solo experience.
Oh, top lane, they might get more experience in the hands of one of these core heroes as they're trying to run down this Oracle, and she will end up dead. Dust also in an awkward position. Random pause coming in from PYW. Maybe there's some lag happening on the IG side of things. And I think that's the case. The scary thing is, Dust is not in the most healthy position. Fortunately for him, though, Batrider is a bit too far away. I don't think they can catch up with the Firefly.
Most likely, right? Like, there's no way. Is there an Orb of Venom on Bloodseeker? Nope. There's no Flame Break, no Orb of Venom. Dust should be fine. Can you dive him? Maybe, but I think it's super dangerous. Bloodseeker has some armor to work with. 8 armor. He's really good in that department, but yeah, I think you just let him go. You continue farming. You have a full creep wave to farm.
You know, there's one of those moments where if you're in a pub, had this pause not happened, they definitely dive him and someone dies and they feel bad. But because a pause happened, you can assess the situation and be like, I don't know, boys. Should we make this dive? Probably not. We got enough out of the Oracle for now.
There's always that one guy that tells you, that's me, by the way, usually. Yeah, we can do it. Just go. Just do it. I believe in you. Have faith.
Oh, snap. They're going to go for him. You know why, bro? Check this out. It's not Biboka and XXX. Look to a bit to the north. We have Disruptor. Came through the Twin Gates. He's ready with Glimpse and Kinetic Field. All right, Dust is dead. 100%.
We didn't even pay attention to the Disruptor. What about that Glimpse? Like, it's only level 2 is still pretty good.
Level 2.
Yeah.
But he is under an Observer Ward. This is interesting. So they see him. They know he's here. Dust is aware that he's playing 3v1 right now. And do they have TPs on the rest of IG? Emo doesn't have 6, so it would feel very awkward for him to show up to this fight. Nor does Shang Yu. So they might just have to sacrifice Dust unless the techies can get there really fast.
Yeah, how do you actually approach? Like, from which angle do you approach Dust to get that Glimpse off? You can just stay on the... Yeah, he's just TPing back. He's going back. That's it. Not happening.
The pause happened. It unpauses. We've solved all our issues. And we just get back into the game. Your regularly scheduled programming through this mid lane. We do see that there's going to be a regen rune spawning bottom. Emo will pick that up. Both supports did, of course, emerge to ensure that this becomes available for Puck. It's unfortunate for him that it's a regen, though.
Well, still, it's a lot of health and a lot of help that they're putting into him. Puck as well, Emo started off with a chainmail, by the way. So rushing the Witchblade on Puck has absolutely nothing else. But chainmail versus a mail feels good, I guess. You're getting a ton of armor versus a Windrunner, and all she wants to do is right-click you.
Emo certainly knows what he's doing. He's played this matchup before. For Sumail, though, of course, he's going to just start building into the Rod of Atos that we anticipate happening with this Wind Ranger. Just the usual build-up he's been going for. This game for now slowing down a little bit.
Yep. You still need that one item on each one of these. Like, after the laning stage, I feel like one item on each one of these cores on Aster and you go fight. I'm not sure what their game plan will be, considering what 3 cores they've chosen for themselves. As if you look at Bloodseeker, it's not like he's doing something different from a carry Bloodseeker. Basically the same, right? Maelstrom, straight into BKB afterwards. Like, he just wants to be fighting. And Bloodseeker was meta on the offlane for some time, if you remember.
Yeah.
A couple of years back, but he was meta on the offlane. Hold that thought.
Just the techies.
Yeah.
Monet and them just caught him down bottom.
And Slar gets his 6 now as well. He was meta because of the Veil build, if you remember.
Yeah.
That was kind of really busted.
He still crops up from time to time in the off lane, but certainly not to anything resembling the same degree of effectiveness that he used to when he occupied that role. Out in mid, Sumail triggers a haste June. He's actually heading to the top side of the map. So he's going to try a combo with this Bloodseeker to kill the Monkey King. Unfortunately for them, there's an Observer Ward scouting that, so they know what's coming. At the same time, Sumail still heads all the way over. Dust jumping in. Dreamcoil will be there on the 2. Dust doesn't trigger, doesn't have Wukong, but doesn't need it, as they have more than enough damage with the right clicks to kill off Sumail. And who else is going to be on the chopping block? Baboka was maybe going to get aggressed into, but Picky with a nice glimpse will end up saving his life. But a phenomenal response from IG. And for Emo, great way to respond to the first move from a puck. And after you're losing your lane in the first place.
I think that's what's most important. And look at this, like some twin gate move into bottom lane. Slark isn't an easy kill. He still has a raindrop and a lot of HP to work with. He's gonna seed them and pounces away. There's no dream call, right? Maybe you can utilize this and transform it into a push. I don't know what else to do with Puck right now. You don't have a TP.
Well, looks like they're gonna do exactly that. Start putting pressure on the tower. Disruptor will de-ward nearby them. But IG primarily concerned with the structural damage at this point. But I'm not sure Puck will stick around for this. He might as just a form of insurance, especially because he has Dreamcoil back online. So maybe they try and go make something happen with this Brewmaster split as well.
Doesn't really feel that way for now. Maybe if you get the 6 on Disruptor, which he just did get, maybe you can even force a fight somewhere else. Let's see, Disruptor got 6, moving top, it looks like Twin Gate. Yeah, he wants to try and go on Dust.
Dust right now sitting in a tree. They can't really see where he's at. And Picky is gonna get out some vision. Almost was like they're bringing in another hero potentially. Dust finally does reveal himself, gets ruptured for his efforts. Will he run away from the rupture? He does not, which means he gets hit with the Static Storm. They still don't have enough damage to easily kill him off though. QIQX comes in, trying to help out Dust a little bit, but the rupture has now elapsed, and with the Boundless Strike setup, they get the kill back onto XXS. Dust is still alive after all of this. Batrider does show up, hoping to kill off PYW. The Shackle Shot though from Sumail does not latch. PYW still alive. Emo now knows he has no more access to a Dream Coil, so they are a bit reliant on Shanyu for their team fight. And sadly for him, he got bounced back by the Flame Gate. So he just has to take the Twin Gate down bottom and continue his siege of the Tier 1 tower.
Yeah, but if you're IG, you're super happy with this, right? Like your Monkey King survives, their Static Storm Rupture both used, didn't really get anything out of it.
They're gonna try kill Slug bottom?
It's a hard kill. There's an Invis on Puck, sure, but I don't think this kill is gonna happen.
Top lane, longest Shackle Shot ever. Dust gets glimpsed back as well in front of Sumail, who hits him off with the Focus Fire. He's still alive one now, Boundless Strike thrown back. Team Aster, if at first you don't succeed, try again, but that try doesn't work out either, so we're gonna have a third one at some point. Even Monet came through, but Dust TP'd out at the perfect moment.
He was trying to get there with the Quelling Blade. He was trying to cut the tree off and maybe get that kill. If he got that kill, that would have been huge. Without it though, maybe he can be satisfied with the tower instead. But I'm not sure the Brewmaster is gonna allow them. Let's see. He can go top. The only problem is Disruptor Glimpse.
And there are wards everywhere. There's a ward scouting the outpost, a ward that might scout a TP behind the tower. So he would definitely get glimpsed here. It's just a Tier 1. It's an important Tier 1, sure, but not worth your life at this stage of the game. And you were speaking about Shangyu. What's he building this game? So, as we've often seen as responses to Wind Ranger, we are going for Crimson Guard on this Brewmaster.
Yeah, not disassembling the Vanguard, not getting Vessel or anything like that. Just a good old Crimson. It's good. Overall, they have a ton of right clicks between the Bloodseeker, Windranger, and Slark. Specifically versus Sumail, it's good, right?
It's phenomenal versus a Swim Ranger. Once it's available, you could easily see IG and the gang try to make a move somewhere. Speaking of moves, one of the big issues with the draft as you outlined it, not only do they not really have utility, but outside of glimpsing back targets or Sumail finding a dream shackle shot, how do they start fights, Lizard? They need a blink dagger ASAP on this Batrider.
Yep. And we have seen a lot of bats, by the way, find a lot of farms. So maybe Baboka can do the same. Get a couple of stacks in the jungle, farm them. Every time he doesn't have lasso, he can just chill in the jungle, or even when he has it, which is what he's doing right now.
Sumail did just finish off his Rod of Atos. They could potentially want to try and make a move here, and indeed, they're grouping up. They're going to smoke. Time to reveal an item, but at the same time, IG do the same on the other side. So we could have smoke-on-smoke action. However, Team Aster head over towards the east, and IG made a move towards the west. Baboka, he does return into this river area though. They come across PYW, gets glimpsed into the mid lane. Static Storm for the techies. That's going to be good a fight for IG. They get a Dream Coil on the two. Baboka first on the fall here. And they maybe want to reach for some other target. Sumail getting chased away by these Brewlings. And Dust also wants to chase after this Wind Ranger. They really want Sumail. Wukong's command gets dropped down as well. The Rod of Atos though, it saves his life. There's a lasso on his face by Baboka, enabling Monet to also catch up. But they're fighting inside Wukong's. Dust is pretty tanky in this area. And he's not dying. But he eventually will take a tumble. Shang Yu, his Bruce Split is over. They couldn't find the big targets they wanted. Yeah, they got Sumail, but at what cost? Brewmaster about to fall. Dust already gone. A double for Slok, Agi stacks for the Fishman, and a team fight victory for Team Aster.
Yeah, they went a little bit too deep. They did force out a buyback from Bat, but if you're Aster, you're really happy with what happened as, like you said, Slark joins the fight, gets a couple of stacks going his way, closer and closer to the Aghanim Scepter. It started off really weirdly for Aster. They used the Static Storm only on techies. Plus they got wrapped behind. IG, I feel like they had everything and they needed to just have a really good team fight. And it's strange that it didn't work that way for them, just because of committing a little bit too deep and being baited in by the buyback.
IG get punished in that situation. The balance of the game shifts immediately. They are trying to at least get the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Increase some map advantage that way. Shang Yu doesn't have access to his ultimate, but is still a very beefy boy sitting with this Crimson Guard.
Yep.
The tower almost falls. They glimpse back. Shang Yu, they want the kill. Static Storm will be there. They throw in the focus fire, but where's the damage? This Crimson Guard putting in so much work right now. Rod of Atos was thrown in as well, but it's too late. Monet will now be involved in the forward-facing part of the fight. They lose Sumail super early on, thanks to the magic damage of Emo and PY Dub. So they get a tier 1, they get a Sumail kill, and they escape with their lives.
He's now died twice in the last 2 fights. This is not looking good for Sumail. He did get that Atos, sure, but Wind Ranger is also one of these heroes that really wants to be scaling well through the mid game. But hey, they have 3 carries, so it's fine. Never mind. I take that back. They have the Bloodseeker farming. They have the Monet farming as well. The Crimson Guard doing so much work. They got it before they smoked the last time. That's one of the reasons they smoked. They had Crimson and they had Witchblade. So, like 2 big power specs for them. Very interesting, by the way. Brew, did I spy a Blink Dagger on him? Is that what he's queuing up? Yeah. Blink Dagger BKB. Interesting. It's not something that you see super often. And he's going full man mode, right click, jump in, hit heroes. No cute companions.
Nope. No little friends. Although they're not big friends, I guess, right? That'll be like big friends from the Brewmaster companions. Of course, this is Shang Yu Brew. It's very atypical that I've seen him actually do this with this particular build. The last few times I've seen him play Brew, he went for that Aghanim's Rush. So doing something new. But I guess this goes back to what you were saying yesterday about JT and his Magnus. That if somebody knows the kind of game to change up the standard atomization, it's a signal that they very much understand how to play the hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I stand behind that. I feel it. You feel comfortable on the hero if you're doing that. You just know the ins and outs of every single matchup, so you adjust accordingly. Aghanims on the Slark, he doesn't pounce on the one target, he pounces on the next.
Yeah, he does indeed. But there will still be a Fortune's End, hold him in position. Nice little glimpse back onto Dust, but he'll trigger out the Wukongs. Monet trying to jump onto QIQX, but realizing it's not a favorable place to fight. Inside Wukongs and near the rest of IG. Emo also shows up to this fight, ready to try and get involved. But they've already retreated from the side of Team Aster, so he can't leverage his Dream Coil Blink Dagger combo.
Yeah, they still have Static Storm. They still have Lasso. They could take this fight.
Scary place to be right now, IG. They are also aware of all these facts. They're kind of backing themselves, but now they're trying to back off. They're like, guys, are we actually that strong? We've already used Wukongs from Dust. We should probably back. They're like, okay.
Little Gnoll Kobold following around, giving some nice juicy gold. That's what 25 I think GPM that it gives you. Yeah, 25. So
Juicy.
tasty. So much gold.
For this game, not nearly as many stakes as the previous series, but both teams are playing very seriously right now. Sort of ground down to a halt yet again. Blink is online for this puck. They want to blink soon for the Brewmaster. Actually, he actually has it already. Okay, they might even smoke again here, Liz. Try to make another thing happen on the map.
Yeah, every time they get a big item, I feel like it's go, go, go time for IG. When you look at these 3 cores on Aster, you realize, yeah, we should be fighting all the time. They get the Slark.
Okay. Can they kill him off, though? They found him just as he finished using Dark Pack, but unfortunately, he does have allies behind him. Static Storm will be there. Nice Dream Coil. Unfortunately, they had no follow-up. If Dust was able to get off a Boundless Strike there, that could have been huge for them. But the Monkey King arrived a little bit too late to contribute to that fight.
Yeah, didn't have enough control. Then in the end for Slark. It's a very, I don't know, considering how these teams usually play, this game is kind of slow for me, the way I see it. Like, look at Tier 1 tower on the mid lane. Even that is up still for IG.
Yep. Well, poor Baboka, you wanted some action, Lizard? You're going to get it now. Because Baboka is going to end up dead on this Batrider. The question is, can they do anything more from this? Maybe you start putting pressure on the tier 1 top. I do not believe they'll go for a Roshan attempt. Or maybe nothing. They'll just go back to farming as they already were.
I'll take that.
They are going to play aggressively into the tower at long last. They have a Sea Dragon with them. So this opens up the map some more. They've only lost their own tower in the top lane, but they still have mid and bottom. That opens up the map for IG. And no counterplay coming in from Team Aster just yet. I think it's also very important that Batrider is the one that's dead, because, you know, we mentioned that they have such little catch without him. So if he's dead, you're free to do whatever the hell you want as IG.
You're free to do whatever the hell you want, but what do you do? Let's see, can they even kill anyone? Come on, IG, I believe in you. But very difficult. These heroes are super elusive, and it's usually Slark that's up front, right? Everyone else is just kind of, yeah, Sumail, he had his fun, he had his share of deaths. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna approach them any longer. I'll farm safely. And he is, at the moment at least. He's farming safely. Same goes for Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, IG, poor IG, they're like, someone play with us. There's one smoke after another, and it's just not connecting. Maybe a Bloodseeker is a kill. He doesn't have too much to work with when it comes to mobility.
Just triggered out Blood Rights as well. Oh no, they get on top of him. There's the Dream Coil, his BKB. Lizard, he's 140 gold away from BKB, but he's now going to be even further out. As he dies, Fortune's End will also latch on to pick you, so that might enable them to get him as well. That's 2 heroes brought down on this Radiant side of the map for IG.
Yeah, I'm sad for IG. Like, they're making so many moves. They are doubling the kill score of Aster, 11-5, but they have almost no gold advantage, no net worth advantage, because they've used so much time just running around.
At the very least, they look like they're about to get a tier 2 tower, but Team Aster wants to prevent this as they aggress into PYW, forcing a fight away from the tower. But Boca, he's the first target here, brought down very quickly by Dust. And PYW is still alive. They're potentially chasing down Monet. The Storm Panda trying to hunt him through the trees, but cannot get a beat on him. There will be no Cyclone, but they still do get the tier 2 tower that they really wanted.
Yeah, you couldn't finish off the techies, no way there. Maybe if no one joined the fight, but they were so close. And you have Oracle as well, right? So that Oracle just, if you commit completely, will ulti. Their Rosh taking isn't that great, by the way, needs to be said. But with techies, there's, I guess, enough of damage. Let's see.
It's not the fastest Roshan in the world, but they'll get there eventually. And mostly because of techies, honestly.
Will
without
they
the
get...
Solar Crest, but they're actually not getting there yet.
Will
it's
they
still
get
alive,
there?
it's half HP.
Yeah.
And here comes the Bat Rider, Boca. Almost got there in time. They actually clips back Dust. He's inside the pit. He's going to get lassoed up right now. Where is the Oracle? And there comes the False Promise. Static Storm down onto the Brew Monster, preventing the split. But Dust able to drop down his Wukongs, forcing Monet into a Shadow Dance in the corner. And they go pick off Boca with this puck. Suddenly, Monet is stuck in an awkward place behind the Roshan pit. He does manage to pounce away at the last moment. Dust with his BKB thought about chasing him, but then very quickly reconsiders. As we lose out on PYW, Shang Yu can't do anything to stop that from happening. Gets glimpsed back himself. Blood Right will be there after the shackle shot to silence him up. They right-click him down. And Team Aster, not only do they fight back against IG, they catch them while they're rushing. They finish them off, and now they're the ones poised to claim the first Aegis.
It was mostly Bloodseeker doing majority of the work, really, in that fight. Slark, of course, in and out, Baboka dies once again, but Bloodseeker dishing out the damage. Yeah, this Rosh was, I mean, very greedy. Yes, you do have Solar Crest on the techies, but it takes way too long, and they didn't have Primal Split. Like, it was still on cooldown for a minute and a couple of seconds, so he couldn't use this throughout the fight. He couldn't use that to defend Rosh. Because of that, Sumail gets Aegis.
Huge deal. A Wind Ranger with Aegis. She's pulling into a Blink Dagger. I like that she's going Blink, having an additional dimension of initiation for the team. But, man, what a fight for IG to end up losing. What an engagement. So, Sumail, you mentioned earlier that he was the one that was like dying a couple times, but now he can't die anymore, especially with BKB as well, giving him additional protection. And, you know, in that fight, you said Bloodseeker did a lot of work. He's starting to come really good as that tertiary carry for the team. Full BKB, Maelstrom. It only gets stronger here on out.
I feel like everyone is going to be a carry on their team eventually. Like, okay, at least they don't have scaling 4s and 5, right? At least they don't have this 4 and 5, like I don't know, Wind Ranger or something that can actually become a core later on. But
still,
really,
they
really
feel good.
Yeah, of course they feel good. They got out of the laning stage unscathed, and they are even making plays in the mid game. I feel like this is something that Aster has been. Look, they opened up with Bloodseeker, right? So it has been premeditated, this whole plan. Maybe the idea is that the Harpoon enables Slark so much that you don't even need some normal utility disabler from the offlane. I'm not sure. It's just very wonky, but it looks good at the moment.
For IG, though, they are starting to get some items that could change the course of their fortunes. As a Nullifier about to be picked up by the Monkey King, that gives them some potential damage access to Sumail, even through the BKB. But here's the basher as well for XXS. So they want to fight for Aster. It's time to go. High ground. Sumail blinks in, doesn't find anybody just yet, but they don't actually want to take this fight. QIQX, he gets shackled early on. They kill the Oracle. At the same time, though, Sumail gets blown up on the high ground. Shangyu with the split. Dust with the Wukong's command. I think maybe Sumail's in danger here. He finds himself running away with this BKB. Rupture gets dropped down onto this Monkey King, so he can't keep chasing. And they just jump back with Monet and XXX, quickly killing off PYW. Dust now has no more Wukongs and no more protection. He's trying to fight by his lonesome, but against both Monet and Dust, he just can't do it. He's going to end up losing his life. Monet with the triple. Shangyu, can he escape from this fight? XXX has a blood right, dropped down to the ground. Monet ensuring that it gets the silence off by harpooning back Shangyu. Although Disruptor does die by Piggy, and Emo, he wants to re-engage the fight with an Arcane Rune. Now he's finding Bloodseeker, who doesn't have a BKB of his own. There's a Depth Shroud, buying time for XXX. They turn and kill Shangyu. And the first heal keeps the Bloodseeker alive. Emo, though, still comes in for the assassination. What a bloodbath in this mid lane here, Lizard, but an incredible fight that ultimately is won by the side of IG.
Yeah, damn, what a play. Really cool play. 6,000-7,000 damage almost by Slark, by the way. I'm not sure why he bounced all the way out in the river when they were fighting, because I thought he's way too strong. He's 50 stacks on him. Like, how do you fight the Slark at this point? He's just an unkillable beast, unkillable monster. Sumail, though, loses his first life instantly. This was basically why he lost it. Why this happened was so poor for him is because he didn't see the nullifier earlier. The nullifier just came online for Dust, and they kill him off easily. First time, second time, they just chase him down. So Sumail, unfortunately for him, is the sacrificial lamb.
Sacrificial lamb indeed. But Dust starting to see that he can't play mano a mano versus both Bloodseeker and Slog. It's taken down on the back end of the fight. And that proves, for me, the big problem with how it all broke down. IG do get a bit more experience at the very end and about equivalent gold. But Slog survives. And this is an issue. Because it's not just that the Slog gets gold out of that fight, but he legitimately is stronger after that engagement than he was before it, just with these essence shift stacks.
Yeah, with the stacks, with the gold, with the fact that he continues farming, keeping up, he's almost as much farm as Puck, and good job to Puck, really, so far. Emo, if you remember how the lane started, he came back and then some.
Yeah. Wasn't going well for him early on against Sumail, but he's demonstrating that the laning phase is not the be-all, end-all of Dota 2. Of course, IG right now, it's only a 1k net worth deficit that they're suffering, and their heroes are still quite farmed. Overall, Dust is going for a basher next. Emo, very close towards finishing off the Lincoln Sphere. That's going to help him so much against this Batrider.
Okay, the smoke into Twin Gate, all of them. It could be...
They're dangling Shangyu. Yeah. They spring the trap, they jump on him. The question is, can they kill him before the reinforcements arrive? And the answer is no. He's still alive. QIQX gets off the Oracle False Promise. So now Shangyu blinking forward, looking for enemy targets. But they've already realized what a bad place this is to be. And Aster, in the blink of an eye, they retreat from that area.
So what do they get? They get a BKB charge and the Disruptor, right? That's it. So nothing really of huge value. Poor Disruptor, calling him unvaluable.
Big item and just also now emerge for IG as we get this Oracle gem. It's going to help them so much. I mean, we've seen them smoking around a lot, right? And I suppose it's going to be easier to do so if they always have the vision advantage. Speaking of, they're trying to leverage a Dream Coil to Monet. He managed to get away. Cyclone will be there. Dark Path through that as well. They still really want this. Emo can't be able to catch up, though. No more Dream Coil, no more catch. So Slog will end up living.
The Brewmaster, I feel like, is becoming a big problem as well. Like, he's got so much farm. When it comes to the course, he's the lowest, but I feel his farm brings a ton of impact. Like the Aghanim's Crimson, the AC is the next stop for him. Meanwhile, Sumail, after BKB and Atos, didn't really manage to find anything else. Lincolns will be a bit helpful, I suppose.
Lincoln Sphere will come soon for him. Should be arriving as soon as he finishes off a couple waves. That being said, there's a lot of tools on the side of IG to get past the Lincoln Sphere, so can't necessarily guarantee it by some perfect safety in these fights. They're actually TPing the puck to the top lane. I think he saw Sumail and was considering trying to jump him. But Sumail, wise enough to TP out in time. He's gone. Not going to be under any threat. What an interesting game here because it's gone down yet again to a slow sequence of events. It feels like that's been the ebb and flow of this game, right? Both teams just sit back farm until someone gets this one item. They go smoke. If it finds something, great. If not, we still just go back to farming afterwards.
Yeah, but it was IG so far. They were the ones making most of the moves, I would say.
Yeah.
Every time they get an item, they smoke up. They try to make a move. Meanwhile, Aster, they're like, slow down, boys. Like, we have 3 carries. Eventually, we should win the game. No need to fight. Let XXS become a secondary, tertiary, like you said, core. Carry that is. What's he building next? Like a Skadi and an Abyssal? Yeah, just a good old casual position 1 Bloodseeker played on the offlane.
The thing is, if IG is not punishing this, they're the ones that'll wind up in an awkward situation down the line. Right now, speaking of awkward, Roshan is available again. The last time we saw Roshan fight in this game did not go according to plan for the team that went into the pit first. So IG will certainly not just waltz into the pit this time around. They want a more considered plan, and they smoke up. It's 5v5 on both sides. Will they find the vision? They actually take twin gates to the top side of the map in preparation for Roshan leaving. Okay, I like to see it from Aster.
It's good because you can't really finish it in 20 seconds, right? In 10 seconds now. And how do you even... They're just drawing on the map that they need to move. Yeah,
Don't you mass TP onto Outpost right now? Like the top side?
Versus Disruptor?
No, not the forward facing one, the tier 2 one. Outpost and tier 2.
Okay, yeah. I think that's possible. I think you have just enough time to get here. Brewmaster will make sure that your bottom lane is going to get harassed quite a bit.
Honestly, if the rest of the team can just keep this fight going for as long as possible, maybe bottom ends up being pushed in, and we see a very quick jump onto Baboka. He's already dead. QIQX, false promise on himself with the Rain of Destiny. Dust will try to buy him time with the Wukong's command. They get a blast off onto Monet, but he just jumps away hurriedly from the Oracle before anything else happens. At the same time, he has to pop BKB to try and run away from Emo and the crew. And with the usage of the Depth Shroud, that will allow him to escape. Closer call, though, for the Slog. Shangyu hoping to try and reach for somebody else. However, the Kinetic Field and Blood Riot will ensure that he can no longer progress.
Is this rush for them? Can you contest this? Like, you still have Static Storm, you still have something. Slark is rejoining the fight, he's running back in. He doesn't have BKB though. It's not going to be easy for him to just engage without being punished.
They only have 1 BKB sitting on this XXX Bloodseeker right now. Slog on the far edge of the fight. And they were looking, I think, to try and pierce the backlines and maybe find Sumail first. Emo blinking in, finds loot. Doesn't have access to his Dream Coil just yet. Monet trying to run away right now. Goes into the Shadow Dance to try and turn this fight. Lasso, though, coming into this fight onto Dust. Dust is dead on the Monkey King. Oracle's going to follow him into the grave. Wind Ranger for Sumail. Not going to be lucky enough to escape this fight, but he set up his team for success. Bloodseeker now looking towards Shanya, able to get the bash out onto him. Do they have the damage? So far, no. Emo coming back with the Dream Coil, sending it onto the Bloodseeker. XXX still alive for the fight right now. Cyclone up onto the Bat Rider, and now as Monet re-emerges into the engagement, he is the strongest hero for the fight. They've killed off Oracle. Shanya, will he be allowed to escape? He does live for now, and he does have Blink in a couple seconds, so maybe he will live. At the same time, Emo now looking towards Baboka, killing him off and getting a double of his own. This Puck keeps picking off these supports here, Lizard, preventing them from having the numbers to confidently go into the Roshan pit, even if they kill off the cores.
Just so much work being done by him. Oracle as well dying, getting back into the fight, using his ulti to save the Brewmaster. A ton of work from the two of them. The big problem for Dust was she just got lassoed so early on, and Oracle didn't have ulti that early on. We got picked off. Is there a big item that changes things, by the way? From this point onwards, I'm looking at, like, for Radiant, I feel it's just scalability. It's just getting more on everyone. There isn't anything singular big that changes the game. I feel like they're lacking catch for Emo. So far, that's been the case, at least. Puck, this Puck is level 24.
What? So he's the highest level in the game by 3 levels on top of everybody. All right, sweet. Love to see it. He's going to have 25 not too long from now. In terms of items that could change proceedings, this Hex on Techies, when it eventually arrives, could be pretty great. But for now, Team Aster, they've gone in with the smoke. They're looking for a fight here. They will be able to pick off QIQX, but inside the Wukong's command is Dust. However, the Wukong's has been vacated by every hero from Team Aster. Blastoff goes forward, doesn't connect onto anybody. PYW now in front of Monet. Needs to be careful about his life. There's a Cyclone onto Sumail. He's able to blink himself away. Shangyu will activate the Primal Split. Really trying to chase down this Wind Ranger. At the same time, there's 2 fights happening because the Lasso drags back the Puck towards the Static Storm. The Boundless Strike opens up some space so that the Puck can get away from this. Shangyu needs to run away as well. Needs to be concerned about his Brewlings. At the same time, XXX, his BKB is over, so he's in an awkward place. Beautiful Shackle Shot, though, onto Shangyu and Dust. Both of them stalled up. Neither of them can chase the Bloodseeker. The Bloodseeker will eventually die, but the space was opened up to kill Dust at the same time. However, XXX won't survive this fight. He is dead, so is Sumail. The survivor on the side of Aster is Baboka, as well as Monet. But IG, without even having to use their buybacks, they keep 3 alive. Unfortunately, though, Lizard, Dust is dead, so they can't take the Roshan.
Can they not? Yeah, they probably cannot. It's too difficult. This new Rosh is way too strong for them without the carry. They do have Solar Crest, but it won't really matter. But they can go down bottom. It will respawn, right? Not respawn. It will run down bottom in a second. And they have to prevent Radiant from taking it, even though Radiant with 2 heroes. Unlikely at the moment. What they do need is catch. Well, that's something I feel like Aster is struggling a bit with. They have Lasso, but it's just not enough versus the Oracle.
Unfortunately for IG, Dust, very high level, so it took a long time to respawn. By the time he returns, they're already starting to come close to respawning from Team Aster as well. So we might still have a Roshan fight. Honestly, in this new patch, and especially in 2 or 3 of the Chinese DPC, I would never go for Rosh Lizard. Unless I team wipe the enemy first. It's too scary.
Now, there are some heroes, right, that do him really easily. Minus armor heroes, heroes that don't rely necessarily on illusions. They do Rosh fast, but in the last series and in this one, Rosh has been, yeah, a game-losing objective, not a game-winning one.
IG starting to bring their entire team down bottom. Team Aster has already stacked up all 5. So we're going to have a fight here on the bottom side. Quite a long time until nighttime emerges, so they won't be able to wait all the way until Rosh goes top. They smoke, though. Can they find the wrap here, Liz?
Let's see. Smoke on smoke. So many games have been decided right here. Sumail is the only one not in smoke. Look at the circle that they're doing.
They literally just swap positions.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Slug just waiting on the high ground. He sees Shanya. Does have a young Mindbreaker, so he's able to find that initial silence. But they don't have the damage just yet to kill off Shanya. He's still okay. Reign of Destiny will buy some extra time as well. Now we just posture around the pit, and we're going to do this for as long as it takes. The Storm Panda trying to scout as much as possible, but they are walking around with this gem on the slot to get the vision. Shangyu thinking about jumping in. He doesn't get off the ultimate though, but there's the false promise. They did kill off this disruptor very easily with Dust. And with the BKB, they want to fight elsewhere. They get a lasso out of the QIQX. He's going to fall very low and eventually die. Monet and XXX getting both of these supports down very quickly. But at the same time, Sumail was left all by his lonesome from the team and gets picked off and killed. Monet now fighting up against Dust. Dust doesn't have Wukongs anymore. Does have quite a bit of damage. Monet goes into the Shadow Dance. He really wants to kill this Monkey King. The Monkey King's down. Between Shadow Dance and Death Shroud, he makes it happen. But the mine from PY-Dub kills off Monet.
Oh, that's just incredible. Insane. Can they find Baboka as well? No, they can't.
Don't say a word. Whisper. Shh.
No, yeah. Stay silent. It feels like he will survive. And now you think usually you don't have your carry, you can't push, but this is an AC Brewmaster who's got this Earth Spirit companion. He pushes as fast as anyone else. You might have to use a buyback if you want to save your side.
Let's see what they decide to do. No buybacks committed as we just recap on the last fight. Man, this could have been so good for Team Aster if Monet was able to escape at the end, but it ends up not being the case. Back in reality, though, we have a buyback coming in from the Slog. A lasso onto Puck. They really want to kill off this Puck, and they succeed in doing so. Emo was gone. The melee rack still stays standing. And PYW trying to get out with the blast off. XXX finds him. Will XXX bash him? He doesn't need to because Monet leashes him in position, and they kill him off. Double for this Bloodseeker. And the Rax died. Shanya did it. He went back with the Earth Panda. Well done.
Yep. He did it with the companion. But finally, just finally, 13-0 Puck dies. They managed to take him down. Whew. They managed to take this Puck down. It was... I don't even know. He is doing just way too much. This is emo that we all love and know. When stakes are high, he brings the best goddamn game that you can imagine. Like, Sumail has been all the talk in the Chinese region. And yeah, there's a reason why he's been having some really impressive games. He's 1-7 at the moment.
Yeah. Not the easiest game in the world for him so far. Kind of struggling. But Team Aster, despite the struggles of Sumail, nonetheless claim the Sages and Cheese. How did they get the Sages and Cheese? I don't know, man. Shanya still gonna just do his very annoying thing, basically keeping Team Aster, despite their advantages of the Sages, well on the Radiant side of the map, instead of being able to progress across the river.
This time around, unfortunately for him, Bloodseeker was already TPing in, and the Primal Companion dies really, really fast. The cooldown isn't the smallest one, so he's not going to have that to work with, and he might get caught even. He's got
Shanya gets a quick catch here. There's ulti. QIQX is here as well. Can they get there in time? He forced us forward into the Static Storm, so he's going to die, and so will the Brewmaster. Oh, no.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
On the high ground for Team Aster. They want to repay the favor of the lost lane of Rax down bottom. Also, we've just swung from a 9k, almost 10k lead for IG into the game being pretty much even after this tower falls. You gotta love it.
Dust. Oof, that was close.
Force a BKB out of Baboka, and with that, they probably do have to retreat from Aster. What a game. What a day of Dota this has been, honestly. Every game has been so exciting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the last two series in particular have been so damn close. It's like these teams, they're bringing everything they've got.
Well, it might be one of those situations. For many years, throughout the course of the year, Chinese teams would do quite well. And even at TI, they do decently, often getting some high-placing finishes, but not always winning the whole damn event. maybe this year, trash for the first half of the year, you start to peak at the right time. This is how you win TI, man. As a smoke
You
comes
save
in,
it.
we go in with a Dust lasso coming in from Baboka. Dust falling
Dust.
super low. Dust trigger off the Wukong's command, but QIQX is there with the false promise. Look at the damage to Monet. Monet has to run. They did manage to kill off Baboka as well. Eternal Chase dropped down by XXX to ensure that there's no chase onto him, but they'll still chase him with both Emo and Dust. They really want this kill. Nullifier will come out there. And do they have the vision? The Nully is still on him, but Bloodseeker has juked him very effectively.
Oh, the courier flies over him.
No, it's gonna scout him out. They know where he's at. He has a TP in 1 second. It's back off cooldown, but it's gonna be 1 second too late. Caught by the courier, killed by IG, and a gem dropped for good measure.
That's just some BS right there. That was not supposed to happen. And he doesn't have buyback. Remember that. He's 100 seconds dead. Oh my god, what a way to create so much impact in the game. That wasn't some courier that was going there to scout. That was just a courier flying out. I can't believe it. That was just crazy.
They're gonna try to go onto Dust right now, but QIQX, he's right here. They don't have a Bat Rider nor a Bloodseeker. How do they defend this? This Earth Panda, this companion with the Demolish. So how much work on these buildings? Tier 3 is already fallen. Bat Rider will come back, but they can still siege onto this Rax.
I'm surprised
without sacrificing anything.
I'm surprised they didn't commit a little bit more, maybe.
I guess
Onto
when
the-
you're playing a cheesy draft, you don't have to.
Yeah, when you have this panda doing all the work for you, look at that, go.
My God.
Crazy.
Lasso goes out to QIQX, and the shackle shot connects across the base.
Sumail,
What the
though.
hell? Sumail, though, went too far forward. He ends up dying while trying to find this kill. Does buy back into it. Dust fighting against Monet. Goes into the Wukong's command. Monet goes in with the Shadow Dance. Really wants to get this Monkey King dead, and Dust is about to lose his life. Sumail contributed to that kill. And Shangyu says, well, since this fight is lost, let me try to recover what I can by at least claiming the tier
gonna
3
die?
tower. But I think he's gonna die for this. And
No, he's fine,
indeed
he's
he
fine.
does not. He has a companion elsewhere with the Storm Panda.
Never mind.
That being said, they find it, they kill it. And Team Aster, they defend the base, they prevent themselves from getting megaed and extend game 1 a little bit longer.
Well, they extended a little bit longer, like you said. They did buyback on Wind Ranger, which is kind of big. It gives a huge opportunity for IG now to kill Sumail and to have a huge advantage in the next fights. I love how, I just love how Brew is. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop my ulti, try to go for the last set of Raxes. It doesn't matter.
That was such a heads-up play, actually. Had that worked, he would have been a god.
Yeah, and also the lasso, even though Bat catches Oracle, Sumail was outside, so he gets killed. But the catch on Oracle makes sure that they can kill Dust, which was another big kill. And this is what they need to do. They just need to smoke up. They need to try to hit them while they're still down.
30 seconds without this Brewmaster being available.
If they could,
There's no creep wave.
I feel like the idea here is, can we get like a pick off maybe? Yeah, and you can see they're even smoked in their base. Maybe even Dust. Ooh,
God.
if only.
I think the reason why he lives, they plopped down an observer ward in front of the racks, which was scouted by the sentry ward. Had
Yeah.
they not dropped that, he would have actually ran forward and he'd be dead right now.
Yes, exactly.
Man, I love Dota 2. What a lovely game.
But you know what's also crazier than that? They had a gem on Wind Ranger. So they saw the sentry on low ground, right? And they planted the ward right outside of the range of that low ground sentry.
Oh my God.
That's what they did. But they didn't see the other sentry.
Oh man. Game of margins, and right now, Shangyu trying to extend favorable margins for the side of IG. Is he just gonna keep doing this? Split, attack the range racks, split, attack the range racks for the rest of the game?
I guess why the hell not, right? At this point, like, he also has refresher orbs, so if he needs ulti for a team fight, he also has that. But IG, yeah, you talked about the margins. Definitely working out in their favor at the moment.
Still super close though. Jump onto Paboka. You could potentially die. Fortune's End. Holding him in position maybe. At the same time, Shangyu just wants to send the Spirit Companion, the Earth one, onto the buildings. But the Brewling does get destroyed. He just splits again. Just gonna keep up these cheese shenanigans.
Did he try to go through the Defender's Gate? Yeah.
I'm glad he did this though, because it tells us that this doesn't... Wait, what the fuck? Huh?
Astral Pull. Astral Pull, that's what he did. The Void Panda. It goes through. Damn.
All right. Please ban Shangyu, Brewmaster.
Now, this guy, he played the hero so many times, even in the new patch, he knows every single trick in the book already.
Courier has been killed.
And XXS won't have that nullifier. His career just died.
Oh no. They do kind of need a nully on their lineup. Oh, what a game, man. What a game this is.
Imagine
We have
playing
another
versus
minute
this.
before Roche.
Just imagine playing versus this crazy lineup. Like, you have this Puck that's just unkillable. You killed him once in the whole game. You can't get on top of him. And then you have this Brewmaster just winning on his own, taking down your objectives. You're kind of
You
trying
made
to...
mention earlier of the fact that he doesn't have that many items. But the impact he has with each one of these is just startling at the moment.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. He's actually surpassed the Wind Ranger now when it comes to net worth, so... A very rough affair for Sumail, like a very difficult game for him.
Linken's, BKB, Blink, Gleipnir, going for an Aghanims, and even with all these protective items, still feels very, very fragile in the midst of these fights. Does at least get the full Ags right now. Will mean that he does say, I don't need money for buyback. Still on cooldown anyway, so makes sense.
And they really want to take this top fight. They're moving in that direction. They know Rush will be up. And the problem is IG have already set things up. But Brew did TP bottom. Let's see. Maybe he just wants to use the companion, right?
Yeah. Just gonna force out this wave and then take the twin gate back.
Yeah, but he's going far away from his teammates. And he doesn't have a TP to get there. I feel like he's just gonna... No, Brew is just going for megas. Brew doesn't care, man.
All right, this Roshan might not be that important, Swift. We need to check out Brewmaster. He's in the base. Dude, this accomplishes two things, right? It's either he gets the full megas for his team, or he drags back all of Team Aster and leaves Roshan open anyway.
Exactly. And he escapes with the Fire Panda this time around. They used Static Storm, they used everything on the other Panda, but they forgot about the fiery one. So, Rosh already dying. That's the perfect rat play. That's literally rat 101. This is Alliance TI3. Force them to go back to their base, go into the pit, take Aegis, get the advantage.
Oh, what a game this is. Shangya enabling his team to get yet another Aegis. A cheese in tow for the techies. Emo. Woo, close call for the Puck. He's still gonna have to go into the BKB just to escape away from this. But he's alive. It's fine.
Okay.
3K gold lead only. You know, it's one of these games. Today's been weird because the gold leads have not felt very indicative of the overall game state at times. So like this 5K gold lead seems more significant to me than some of the 10K leads we've seen throughout the day.
Yeah, it's just Brewmaster, man. That's why it feels that way, realistically, because you can't deal with him. One thing that also, being able to choose your items, one thing that it did is it made the game so much easier for some supports and some rats, like this Brew, because you have ninja gear always, right? Usually, vision is super important versus rat heroes. Mid lane,
Whew. Dust almost found Sumail. But
Maybe he
King
still
was able
finds
to
him.
blink away. Still goes in, yeah. Sumail stunned up. Wukong's does come out from Dust. But I think they really just want the full racks here. Monet jumps in. He has to deal with so many mines. He has to deal with Dust as well. But Monet is no slouch. He's really strong on the slouch. As he goes in to the Shadow Dance, there's going to be the blast off to spawn him up. Shangyu goes in to zone back the rest of the team with the Primal Split. As Monet ends his ultimate, he comes back in as Sumail finds a 2-hero Shackle Shot. Able to kill off Oracle at the very least. Sumail, though, is falling low, so he has to run. Dust so low, even lower. But with the bashes from XXX, they stop him from regenning with the Jingu and they end off his life. The Brewmaster, though, is taking tier 4 towers. Has already taken the first one, trying to get the second. They have to go destroy the Brewlings, and they destroy Dust's life. The Monkey King got lassoed back towards the tower. At the same time, here's Shangyu with another companion, doing what he can onto the Ancient. Insufficient, though. They did get the Megas. Let's see if Emo can get out. He dropped down a very nice Dream Coil. However, he's been slowed up right now. Will he jaunt away in the right direction, or is he going to blink north? He jaunts to the east.
Brew
The Flame Break will be there. They're coming back, and Brew, oh no. Another usage of the ultimate. The Primal Split forces the rest of Aster to come home and defend, and gives Emo the opportunity to escape with his life.
Yeah, what a crazy, crazy game. I can't. This is just insane. Do they have a glyph? They don't, right? Or yeah, they don't. This game, unfortunately for me, seems to be closing and coming to an end, because once Monkey King is up, he has Refresher Orb, right? All you have to do as Invictus Gaming, arguably, is get on top of the Ancient and use Wukong's command, right? And there's going to be a huge mess. It won't be easy for Aster to play against that. So how do they approach this? Maybe they need to make a fight outside of their base. That's the only way, right?
Yeah. Far away from this Ancient. I think best case scenario is if a fight is far away and Shangyu has to use both splits in that engagement. It's unlikely, but if even one of those splits is available, the base potentially will be in shambles. I mean, it's already in shambles, but the game itself could just end.
Puck, by the way, full Daedalus completed. BKB is out of the inventory. Daedalus is in. BKB old news, Daedalus new news.
He does have 4k HP, so maybe he's thinking to himself that with the overwhelming blink, that provides the protection that the BKB doesn't have to anymore.
Yeah, he's got a phase shift as well. I want to see Axe now, Nemo. Get this man an Axe.
Ooh. I mean, okay, then in that case, we just wait for next Roche. It's going to drop an Axe, and then we get the rapid fire Dream Coil. Let's go.
Yeah, they're going to farm neutrals anyway, right? 60-minute mark has struck. They want to get some newts.
I also love that the average game duration today, we had 1 hour, 5-minute game, a 55-minute game. Here's an hour-long game. Stakes are high, man. Dota takes long under these conditions.
Book of Shadows for both.
What? Yeah. That's so good. 2 Book of Shadows, baby. All right. So how does the damage come out? Well, Techies, unfortunately, wasn't able to escape that time with his life, but Boka, though, will get punished for this. And Sumail will just watch his QIQX false promises. There's a Dream Coil elsewhere from Emo onto the Slock and the Bloodseeker. They're trying to open up space for Shangyu to go end the game with the Earth Panda. And he's doing it. He's going in. You said you wanted the Wukong's on the Ancient. Dust will oblige. He drops it down right now. But Boka dragging him out of it with the lasso. Dust, he's near the fountain. Dust is gonna die. But the Ocean opening has been made onto the Ancient. The game has been won by his sacrifice. And GG will eventually be called.